talk more about Suitember, as well as dressing well, getting in the right suit and the right dress attire for the season, for all those special occasions, is David Elkus, the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear, with us on the MegaCast. David, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Appreciate it. So let's start off by telling us a little bit about Suitember. What is this all about? Why Suitember? What's going on with all this?
Sure. So Suitember is our celebration of men's suits. It's a recognition that suits help people look better, perform better, act better, and live better. And it's also a charity fundraiser for the Friendship Circle, as well as a trade-in sale for St. John's Church in Royal Oak.
We're joined by David Elkus. He is the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear, with us today on the show talking about suits. So what goes into a quality, modern men's suit? What should people, if they're looking for a new suit for a wedding, for another special occasion, for the office, what should they be looking for? And are there differences between one occasion that you're wearing a suit versus another, and what you should be looking for?
Sure. So ideally, you're looking for a suit that's going to mirror your own personality. So if you're a classic guy, you're looking for an interview suit, something that's going to be used for business purposes. You're going to want a suit that's going to show you off in your best light and fairly classic. If you're looking to have a wedding suit, something going out for the evenings, you're looking to have an elegant pattern, a darker suit, a richer pattern, tone on tones, and so forth. And if you're looking for a night out on the town, for something for fun, you're going to want something that's going to really show off your personality, a little bit brighter, a little bit louder, and a little bit more fun to wear.
We're joined by David Elkus. He is the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear, with us today on the MegaCast. So matching the suit to your personality and to the occasion, very important. In my case, I'm violating that rule. The last time I really wore a suit that matched my personality was we did a fundraiser back in high school before I think it was our homecoming dance for people that in other communities and in our communities that may not have been able to get a suit themselves for homecoming or a dress for homecoming. So we partnered with a local company as well, or a local franchise of a company as well, to model some suits for people to rent, and some of those proceeds would go to. And I wore, of course, the suit I chose to wear around for the day was a lime green suit that was very poppy and had way too much personality, way too much energy. So there's no evidence of that out there right now, which is good. And if you find it, please post it, because we'd love to. I love a little bit of light embarrassment. So, in terms of Suitember, some of the proceeds from Suitember do go toward charities in our local community. What charity is being supported this year through your company, through your companies, and through Suitember in this season?
Absolutely. So Barron's is supporting the Friendship Circle in West Bloomfield. Friendship Circle is a wonderful organization that helps children with special needs. They provide different services, teach children how to operate within the world, teach them how to use money, teach them how to interact with other people properly, as well as providing different therapies, physical therapy, occupational therapy, etc. And it's a charity we've supported now for 3 years worth of Suitembers since we started this program. And it's a pleasure to work with them. They really do a wonderful job. So 10% of proceeds at Barron's goes back to the Friendship Circle. I just mentioned Friendship Circle, and we will know what to do with it. Todd's Menswear is a different type of a business. It's open to the world. It's not a wholesale business. And at Todd's, we're running a trade-in sale. The old suits are going to be traded in and given to St. John's Church in Royal Oak for their purposes. They'll turn around and give that to people in need. And customers will receive a discount against their new suit.
We're joined by David Elkus. He is the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear, joining us today to talk about Suitember. Learn more on their Suitember website at www.suitember.com, which includes a history of suits and the top reasons to wear one. So let's talk on those two topics. First, let's discuss some of the reasons why you would encourage people to wear a suit, because we're seeing more in modern days that the suit is kind of going in onto the back burner. It's more for very special occasions as opposed to being something you wear daily in the workplace for men, and in some cases, in the case of pantsuits for women, it's something that you're seeing kind of go away in some workplaces versus the other. It's something that even at gatherings and rites of passage events like weddings, it's becoming something that's less encouraged than before. So what are some of the benefits that you would say are reasons why people should still be wearing suits?
Absolutely. So you're right that suits are not as popular as they were perhaps 10, 15, 20 years ago. And that's probably the number one reason why you should consider wearing one. It'll help you stand out from the rest of the crowd. But we see over and over when research is done that people wearing a suit perform better. They are better negotiators, more creative. Wall Street Journal had an article back on that just a couple of years ago. They had a follow-up article just last year talking about how much better a negotiator someone is when they're dressed properly. That it puts somebody into a better frame of mind to work differently than if they're in their workout gear. That is, the clothing messages what you're going to be doing. And if you're in casual clothes, you're going to be messaging yourself to think casually. Whereas if you're dressed up and looking professional, you're messaging to yourself that it's time to get serious and to do the real work. I just had a customer in the other day talking about that very thing. He said that although he's working from home and although he's doing lots of Zoom meetings, he finds that when he dresses up in a suit for that meeting, he's far more efficient and far more effective for his client. It was a real solid point in terms of why it is, in fact, important to dress properly for the task at hand. Secondly, with respect to weddings, we're actually at Todd's seeing people coming in, thankfully, in droves looking for wedding suits that they want to memorialize their event and show off a nice, clean look and to look good for a special lifetime event. So all in all, suits are not going anywhere at the moment. It's a lot of talk, but the reality is that people recognize that when someone's dressed properly in a suit, that they look the role, that it's something special, and it's still an important part of our wardrobe.
We're joined by David Elkus. He's the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear with us on the MegaCast today, talking about Suitember and more information on that sale, as well as the awareness spreading and fundraising through his businesses with Suitember is at Suitember.com. And also there's a lot of great history about the suit as well. And David, being a resident suit expert here in the local area, can you give us a little bit of a summary of the history of the suit? Because it's not something that we traditionally are wearing in everyday life in the modern era, except for, of course, in those different scenarios like work or special occasions. But it's also something that wasn't exactly part of what you think of historical attire either.
So the modern suit started in the mid-1800s with in England by Beau Brummel, a sharp dresser who had the ear of the king, and he decided to lighten up the look of top coats and morning coats that was the standard fare at the time. So he had his tailor create what is now considered a business suit. And it quickly took over. In fact, it's been very popular for now about 200 years and shows no signs of really stopping, although your comments earlier well noted. And over the course of time, of course, fashions change. When there was a great deal of manufacturing here in the U.S., we had a wide variety of different suit fashions, different styles, more buttons, less buttons, longer lengths, shorter lengths, different lapels, different back treatments, and so forth, all done because we had manufacturing base here and could make short runs of different varieties of types of suits, and yes, even lime green suits, as noted before. But today it's more centralized around single styles, whether it be single-breasted, double-breasted, and so forth. There's a predominant style, which in the moment is the two-button side vent notch lapel style. That will likely change in the next couple of years, perhaps to a double-breasted suit, perhaps to something different. We're starting to see in Europe that suits are getting a little bit longer and a little bit larger. And it'll take time for that to filter over here. At the moment, skinny or slim fit suits are still very much what's in fashion. So, I flipped over a couple hundred years worth of fashion very quickly. I'll give a shout out to my grandfather, who, amongst other things, designed what became called the zoot suit, which was a little bit more of an unusual fashion, with higher waist and voluminous pants and a whole different look. But again, that was to suit a personality, a type of a look, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more fun in clothing.
We're joined by David Elkus. He is the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear with us on the MegaCast today. Learn more about his business's efforts in Suitember, where if you buy a new suit with his businesses and mention Suitember, mention the Friendship Circle, some of those proceeds will go toward the Friendship Circle in a charitable donation. You can learn more about Suitember, which has been going on for a few years, through David's companies at Suitember.com or by calling David directly at 248-865-9960. And David, tell us a little more about Barron's Wholesale Clothiers, because that business is the largest wholesaler of suits to traditional men's stores, and it's Michigan's largest wholesaler of suits to traditional men's stores, and provides a lot of really high quality materials as well. Tell us a little bit about the history, because I've seen a few of these. I've seen this location up locally before, and always wondered what it was about.
Sure, thank you for asking. So Barron's on Orchard and 12th Mile Road is supplier to the men's clothing industry. We sell suits to retail shops, to tailor shops, to personal shoppers, and to groups, church groups, other businesses that are looking for everyone to dress a certain way. We hang about 5,000 suits here from about a dozen different manufacturers: Hickey Freeman, Hart Schaffner Marks, which is behind me, Hugo Boss, amongst others. And it's all designed for these stores to be able to resell and make a profit on. Our pitch to those stores is they come in, they make their selections, and if they sell it, everyone's happy. If they don't, they can return it for a full refund, which they can't get anywhere else. So that's how Barron's started about 50 years ago. And our business, Todd's in Royal Oak, started about almost 90 years ago with my grandfather in downtown Detroit. And this is more of a fashion store, a little bit more colorful, brighter clothing, and a little bit more fun. And we're in Royal Oak there on the 11 Mile Road between Woodward and Main Street, with, again, about 4,000 or 5,000 suits to select from.
We're joined by David Elkus, the owner of Barron's and of Todd's Menswear, with us on the MegaCast. And David, just another minute or so before we'll say goodbye today. Before we let you go, tell us where people can go to go to Barron's and to go to Todd's, and to participate, of course, in Suitember by getting a new suit maybe, and then having that be, of course, a charitable contribution to the Friendship Circle, or by trading in their suit at Todd's for a new suit, and having their former suit then go to St. John's Church as well.
So thank you. Todd's, again, is located on 11 Mile Road between Woodward and Main Street, and open 7 days a week. And they're ready for you right now. Barron's is closed to the public. You need a referral from a tailor shop in order to come in, or perhaps someone else. If you are a business and looking to outfit your crew, we'll be delighted to take care of you. That's a little bit more up our alley.
Well, David, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time and for talking to us about Suitember.
Thank you for the opportunity. Have a good day.